Welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your daily horoscope for 23rd August 2021, which is a Monday. But before we begin, I would request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And I also want to let you know that I also do daily video horoscopes, weekly video horoscopes, and monthly sun rising sign video horoscopes that you can watch on my YouTube channel. Alright, so let's talk about what's happening on Monday. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the sun. The sun here has changed signs and it has entered the sign of Virgo. It has left the sign of Leo and entered Virgo. Now, this is a shift, right? The sun loves the sign of Leo, it rules the sign of Leo. However, the Leo energy right now is opposing the Saturn energy, which means the sun in Leo went through a lot, right? It was opposed by Saturn, asking us to work hard, take decisions, and it was a very intense transit. So for the past 30 days, up until say yesterday, 22nd August, or even today, we worked very hard. We felt the pressure, we felt the intensity. But now the sun has left the sign of Leo and it has entered Virgo. And what is Virgo? Virgo is all about getting organized. It's all about getting planned. It's all about making things perfect, right? Making them into a routine, making them part of your day to day. That's Virgo. So that's what we are going to be focused on in a way for the next 30 days or so, getting organized, getting planned, making things perfect. So that's the first thing. And the intensity that we have been going through will begin to ease off because the sun is not in Leo opposing the Saturn energy. We are not facing the Saturn energy directly at the moment with the sun in Virgo. So that's a good thing. Although I would never typically say that the sun leaving the sign of Leo is a good thing, but in this case, since Saturn is in the opposite sign, I think it will help us lower the intensity that we have been going through. Now, the second thing is that the moon here changed signs after the full moon yesterday on August 22nd. On August 22nd, we went through a full moon in Aquarius, and you can watch my full moon video to know what that was all about. But now it has left the sign of Aquarius and entered the sign of Pisces. And what happens when the moon changes signs, which it does every 2.5 days? We go through a subtle shift. We go through a shift in energy. And the moon in Aquarius for the past 2.5 days up until Monday was about building the new life that started in December of 2020. It was about finding a unique self, embracing our authentic self, and moving one more step, one more little step in that journey, right? But what is the moon in Pisces about? The moon in Pisces is all about going with the flow. Pisces is a sign that likes to go with the flow. So this energy is very fluid, it's very go with the flow, it's very spiritual and creative. So it's a good time to do creative things when the moon is in Pisces. And that happened yesterday, the moon changed signs after the full moon. And now there's another thing that's happening, and I spoke about this in the full moon video, right? But it comes exact today, and that's the Venus Saturn trine, 120 degrees. Now, this is a commitment of sorts, but let me break down that energy for you. Saturn is a planet of hard work, decisions, discipline, commitment. It sets things in stone. It's a planet of the long run, right? Whatever Saturn does, it doesn't do for a year or so. It does it for a long time. And what is Venus? Venus is our relationships. It's our projects. It's our finances, self-worth, values, skills. Venus is a lot of things. And a trine is a positive aspect. It facilitates things. So what could be happening here, beginning with the full moon yesterday, is that we might commit to something Venus related. We might take a decision, a permanent decision for the long run connected to Venus. Okay? And to sum it up, it could be a decision, a definition, a commitment to Venus things, which is our relationships, projects, finances, self-worth, values, and skills. So it could be that we've been working on a project for a few months and we thought, okay, let me see how this goes. But with this alignment, you commit to it or you decide something in stone about it. So it's that energy. Or if you were in a relationship, for example, this energy can make you commit one more step, or it can make you say, hey, okay, this is not for me. I decide this is not for me. So whatever it is for you, and it's not going to feel stressful because they're making a positive alignment. And I do want to mention real quick, the North Node is trining both these energies. So whatever decision, commitment, definition we make to our projects, relationships, self-worth, values, and skills is in alignment with where we are headed for our long-term goals. And we have been building these goals for months because Saturn here has been trining the North Node for months, helping us build towards our goals, towards the future, towards the new life. So that's another thing I wanted to mention, and that started with the full moon. And very quick about this full moon will bring to light, will bring more clarity to the cycle that started in December of 2020 with the Saturn Jupiter conjunction, a cycle of 20 years. So this weekend, you can say this Sunday, with the full moon in Aquarius, things from December, certain themes might repeat themselves or come back into your life, or you may realize, okay, this is what happened in December. Now I understand it better. Now I commit to it more. Something like that. But it is connected to December 2020, it is connected to Feb 2021, and it is connected to April 2021 as well. And for more details, you can watch my full moon video. So that is what is happening. Now let's talk about the aspects for today. And the first important thing happens at about 8 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it about 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And if you are on the eastern part of the world, the Indian time will resonate more with you. So here the moon in Pisces is going to sextile Uranus retrograde, and Uranus went retrograde last week, I believe on Thursday. So Uranus is retrograde now, and the moon is sextiling it. So this is a positive, unexpected change to our emotions, or and I think this is more likely, is that we are feeling good about our unique, authentic self at this moment here. Because this full moon in Aquarius was also a lot about finding a unique, authentic self. That's Aquarius. Uranus rules Aquarius, and now it is sextiling the moon. We're feeling good about our unique selves. We're embracing it more and more. And this could very well come about suddenly and unexpectedly, this acceptance towards who we are. And all this is not very visible, right? All this is subtle, and it's like little steps in a long journey. So it's one more step towards embracing our uniqueness. But it's an important step because it comes after the full moon in Aquarius, which happened yesterday. And then soon after this, very soon after this, we're going to have the moon in Pisces oppose Mars in Virgo. 180-degree angle. Now the moon is our emotion, Mars is drive, it's courage, it's strength, it's initiative, it's taking action, right? And here these two energies are opposing each other, and when they oppose like this, we need to integrate these two elements. So it could be that we need to change something so that we can find some emotional courage, or it could also be that we start to feel a little frustrated about things because Mars is a warrior, it gets angry, it gets frustrated, and the moon is our emotions, right? So we may feel frustrated about something. And if you are feeling frustrated and angry, I would suggest let the energy pass. And alternatively, if you are feeling like, hey, I'm getting the courage, the emotional courage now to take this step, to make these changes, to move towards my authentic self a bit more, then go with that. Because Uranus here is trining Mars, right? And it is still sextiling the moon. So whatever this energy is, I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's so much anger and frustration as it is finding the courage and the willpower and the drive to move towards our authentic self, to feel good about our authentic self. And sure, that might come after a little bit of frustration because, sometimes it happens that we say, okay, I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. This is who I am. I'm going to go with this. That can also happen. So, but this energy overall will propel us one more step in embracing our unique self, in embracing our true self. And yeah, moving on, the next important, okay, so this is about 9 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it about 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And then the next aspect happens in the evening at about 6 p.m. So let's see that. Yeah. And this is 6 p.m. Pacific time, 6 a.m. India time, Tuesday morning. And what's happening here is the moon is opposing Mercury. The moon is our emotions and Mercury is our mind. And Mercury is also a lot of other things: communication, thinking, social media, job, habits, day to day routine, health, exercise, lots of things, right? So, in this case, emotionally and all Mercury things, we need to integrate something. So, it just could be that we need to align our heart with our mind. It could be something as simple as that, or it could be that we change up our routine so that we start to feel good about it. Or we change up our thinking, Mercury, so that we can feel good about it. Or we change our immediate environment in some ways, make certain adjustments so that we can feel good about certain things. So at the end of the day, this energy just boils down to adjusting certain Mercury things or our emotions so that our Mercury things, health, job, diet, exercise, immediate environment, communication, thinking, mind, is in alignment with our emotions. So that's that. And then we have another aspect happening at about 10-11 p.m. at night, about 10 p.m. Pacific time, 10-11 p.m. Pacific time, which makes it about 11 a.m. Indian Standard Time, Tuesday morning, and the moon has conjuncted Neptune. Now, Neptune is it has two very distinct energies, Neptune, that can, it can manifest in two very distinct ways. First is that it can bring about a lot of confusion, because Neptune is the planet of delusions and deception and confusion. Or it can bring about a lot of spiritual energy. It can bring about a lot of creative energy. So at this point, there could be two things happening. One, we can feel very confused emotionally, right? And let's not forget that Mercury here is building up to its opposition to Neptune. So it it is likely that we will feel confused mentally, emotionally at this point. Also, Neptune is a very sensitive energy, so we can feel very sensitive and react to things that we wouldn't react to otherwise. So that's one manifestation of this energy: confusion, being overly sensitive. And if you are feeling like this, let this energy pass and don't react, right? Let it pass. And if you want to react, react after it's passed. Or the other manifestation is that we feel very creative, we feel very spiritual, we feel like I'm feeling very spiritually connected to the higher realms, to the divine, to the higher energies out there. And it's a very magical experience. Or it could just be you can be flooded with creative energies. It's a great time for writing, poetry, music, all the creative energy, right? But I do think this can bring about some confusion, and that's because it is opposing Mercury, our mind. Thinking, it's clouding our thinking, it's confusing us mentally, and our emotions are involved too. So, this is not the easiest energy, I'm going to be honest with you. So, let it pass. Alternatively, you can channel this energy into something creative like writing or poetry or music, anything creative. And soon after this, at about 1 a.m. Pacific time, actually, it'll be about 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Pacific time, which is technically on August 24th, but I'm going to speak about it in this video, and that makes it about 2 p.m. Tuesday afternoon India time. The moon here at 24 degrees is going to sextile Pluto retrograde. Now, this is a positive aspect. This is a positive transformation because Pluto is transformation, it's healing, it's catharsis, and the moon is our emotions. So we are going through a healing, a catharsis, a subtle transformation to our emotions, and this is also connected to the past, to the recent past, because Pluto is retrograde. So this will not feel stressful. If you are healing, if you are transforming, if you are releasing something, ending something emotionally, beginning something emotionally, it will not feel stressful. This aspect. So that's the energy for the day. And to sum it up, we have a shift in energy with the sun entering the sign of Virgo, which is about getting organized and planned. We also have the moon in Pisces, which is all about going with the flow, taking it easy, but the moon in Pisces is going to make three stressful aspects today. It's going to oppose Mars, which can bring about anger and frustration, but I don't think it's anger and frustration. I think it's more about finding our courage and drive and willpower to be who we truly are. It's going to oppose Mercury, which will require us to integrate our mind and our heart or adjust Mercury things, lifestyle, day-to-day routine, thinking, social media, mind, job, health, so that we can feel good about those things again. And the most stressful aspect today is the Neptune conjuncting the moon and opposing Mercury, right? That can bring about confusion and oversensitivity. So my recommendation is, if that is happening, let it pass. Apart from that, today is a great day to take in the morning, towards the morning, not at night, not when the moon Neptune conjunction is going on, not then, but towards the morning, when Venus is trining Saturn. That's when things will start to fall into place, decisions will come about, commitments will happen organically and naturally. Because towards night time, Venus has moved on, right? Venus has completed its trine to Saturn. So during the Neptune moon conjunction, best not to take decisions before that. So it's before the evening in the morning time for Pacific time, and that would make it about in the evening India time, not in the morning India time, Tuesday. So that's all I'm going to say for today, and now I'm going to give you the big picture of 2021. And these are themes we are building in 2021, and these are important because this is what we do every day, right? And the first one is that Saturn here and Uranus here have been in a square all year and will be in a square all year. However, right now the orb is a lot. Uranus is at 14, Saturn is at 8, so there's a 6-degree orb, which means the intensity of this energy is less. But the intensity of this energy will build towards the end of the year, and it will be at its highest in December. It was also at its highest in June. And this energy is something we're feeling after 21 years, and it's all about change. It's all about embracing a unique, authentic self. It's all about finding a uniqueness. And since these planets are squaring, this process might not feel easy. That's the first thing. The second thing about 2021 is that it's a year of change. It's a year of building. Building what? 2 cycles that started in 2020. First one being the Saturn-Jupiter cycle of December of 2020. These planets meet up once in 20 years, and when they meet up, they start a new cycle, which is what happened in December of 2020. And we will build this for the next 2 years, but especially in 2021. And this full moon in Aquarius was a stepping stone in this cycle. Okay, we understood something from December came back into our lives so that we can understand it better, move one step forward in that cycle. And the third thing that I will mention is that we are building another cycle in 2021, which is the Saturn Pluto cycle. Now, these planets meet once in 33 to 38 years, and the last time they met up was in Jan of 2020. And in Jan of 2020, they ended a cycle that started in 1982 of 38 years and started a new one. And we are building that as well. So 2021 is all about change. It's all about finding and embracing a unique, authentic self. And it is about setting the foundation for 2 long-term cycles, one of which will stay with us till 2040 and another one will stay with us till 2053. So that's all I'm going to say, and now I will pick a card for this Monday, and let me do that. Okay, we have 2 cards. I'm going to go with these. It says regeneration and it says poised. So I think regeneration, this card is to me Pluto, right? Pluto is the planet of regeneration, healing, catharsis, endings, beginnings. So I think today in some ways we are regenerating, we are building something, and this could very well be because of the full moon that happened yesterday. And Pluto will sextile the moon technically on August 24th, but I've spoken about it today and it's happening at about 2 a.m. Pacific time. So maybe there's some healing that happens today, there's some catharsis, but there's definitely regeneration. Even if that is one more step in embracing our unique self, right? That in itself is a regeneration of sorts. We are letting go of the idea of who we think we should be, the skin of who we think we should be, and embracing and coming into a new persona or new person that is more in tune with our uniqueness, that is who, which is, yeah, that's, I think that's what this is, regeneration. And poised, I think this again ties into the full moon, that we are getting more and more ready for the new cycle of Saturn and Jupiter, and we are getting ready to take off. We're poised to take off, but I think this is a slow moving energy. I don't think it's today we are poised and tomorrow we take off. No, I think this is an important step in preparing. It's a stepping stone, but the cycle of building will take some more time. So that's all I'm going to say, and do hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and I will see you all for my daily horoscope for tomorrow. Bye.